how Blue Blood Sports TV undercut the Terence Crawford versus ERROL SPENCE JR fight and boxing fans.
The sport of boxing is the wild, wild west.
Well, I won't call Blue Blood a liar, but I will say he scratched the truth.
And for one, I don't lie to nobody. I ain't lie to nobody on the panel. I don't lie to nobody in the chat. I don't got to make up stories. Blue is 10 toes down. I'm the same dude everywhere I go.
I definitely feel like his influence as well as BLK Prime undercut the negotiation of PBC, ERROL Spence, and Terence Crawford, and that is the reason we're not getting the fight.
All of y'all keep the same energy.
But the truth hurts sometimes.
Y'all don't pay attention very well. ERROL Spence and Terence Crawford fight was not happening in 2022. I didn't know anything. Let me explain something to y'all.
So Blue Blood said he had no idea that Terence Crawford was going to fight David Avanesyan until about 2 hours before the fight was announced. I'm going to call BS on that one, and here's why.
45 minutes before the fight was announced is when they signed, right? So how the hell did I know anything? I didn't know anything.
I may not be the smartest person in the world, but what I do know is it takes more than 2 weeks to put a fight together. This is why I say no championship level fighter should ever be fighting on 2 weeks or 10-day notice. Listen to me. Blue Blood said that he didn't know when Terence Crawford came to him at 7-Eleven that the ERROL Spence Jr. fight wasn't going to happen.
It was brought to our attention and to my attention that the fight is not going to happen. I know paying attention is expensive for people, but it's actually free. We trying to get in the boxing game. When it was brought to our attention that there's a possibility that Terence Crawford and ERROL Spence fight might not happen until next year, right? Not this year, next year, right? Which means that Terence Crawford didn't fight since November of 2021 against Sean Porter. And it was brought to his attention, right, that he won't be fighting until February or March of next year. So when I saw Terence Crawford at 7-Eleven, right, and we had the conversation that I'm telling y'all about, okay, so now Terence Crawford is telling me yada yada, so on and so forth, etc. As far as I knew at that point, he's fighting ERROL Spence. Then we get word back that ERROL Spence's team is not looking to make the fight happen to 2023.
I beg to differ. I think that was a meeting between him and Crawford to confirm the David Avanesyan fight.
A mutual party of Terence Crawford and BLK Prime, my partners, were contacted and said, listen, there's a possibility Terence Crawford might not fight this year against ERROL Spence. So I said, hell yeah, if we can sign Terence Crawford to do it, if he want to stay busy and stay active, let's get in contact with him. It's no secret that Terence Crawford don't even like Blue, but it's about business.
Now, Blue Blood says he's in this for the fans. He's only trying to do what's best for the fighters and for the fans. You know, I kind of beg to differ. It seems more like you're more invested in your business and lining your pockets. Otherwise, you would have never stepped in the way of negotiating one of the biggest fights in the sport of boxing. Definitely the biggest fight that could be made in the welterweight division and undisputed, but you put your money before the fans. Instead of being a stand-up guy and saying, hey, why don't I bow out until next year because me interjecting myself is only going to cause worse problems for this fight and more than likely keeping it from happening.
We got in contact with Terence Crawford. The first thing Terence Crawford said is, yeah, no problem. I'll listen to what y'all talking about, but my number one objective is to secure the fight with ERROL Spence. You can believe me or don't believe me. I really don't care. That's Terence Crawford words exactly.
A $10 million payday would be perfect to bait Terence Crawford into this fight, whether it's a good fight or not. We could break up the ERROL Spence negotiation, get Terence Crawford out of the way of that fight, and become millionaires at the same time. You know, I have nothing against Blue Blood or any other sportscaster on YouTube making money, but I just want y'all to keep it real. It's business before everything, you know. The fans come second to everything. And my real problem is that you guys might have ruined the one shot we had at making the Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford fight, and we might not get another one.
What should we do to prepare ourselves? I said, well, it depends how much time we're going to have. If he's dealing with negotiating with Errol Spence, it might happen. It might not happen. From that point on, we didn't talk to Terence Crawford, have any conversation with Terence Crawford for like a week, right? Then it was brought back to our attention. They might have hit a snag in negotiations with the Errol Spence fight. Okay, cool. It's just an opportunity for us.
You know, the crazy thing about all of this is everybody just wanted the Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford fight to happen. But I knew that something had to be going on in the background, whether it was pricing out, whether it was ducking, or whether it was Blue Blood, BLK Prime interjecting themselves into the negotiation process.
So for all you idiots in there talking about Blue knew already, how the hell would I know?
I don't blame Blue Blood once again for trying to make money. The problem that I have is the deceit. This man went on his channel and pushed the narrative. Terence Crawford has signed the contract, had basically agreed to all terms, and that the fight was going to happen. And the whole time behind the scenes, you've actually been negotiating with this guy. And nobody can deny that. Blue can't deny it. Boxing fans can't deny it. Crawford fans can't deny it. The fact is, there's no way you can put a fight together on 2 weeks notice, a week's notice, a month's notice. You know, these are things that have been put together in the background for months and months and months. So this is something that they, BLK Prime, Blue Blood Sports TV, and whoever the rest of his backers are, this is something they had to been working on for a few months before it actually got signed and got announced.
We're going to move forward, and I'm going to agree to all the terms that Errol Spence want so we can fight Errol Spence. Now, there's some things in the contract that we got to iron out. We're fighting Errol Spence. I'm going to agree to all of his demands. His lawyer is saying this. 0 conversations with Terence Crawford.
I in no way believe that the meeting that they had in New Jersey outside of 7-Eleven was nothing other than a business meetup to discuss dollar amounts and more than likely the promotion of that fight. How they were going to do it, how they were going to use Blue Blood to promote it, and how they would get fans, fight fans, to buy into this mess. Blue Blood himself said that he had no idea that this fight was going to actually not happen. But in his own words, he had been speaking with Team Crawford or someone from Team Crawford the whole time. This is what came out of his own mouth. I had contact with someone within the camp that was letting me know that the fight probably wasn't going to happen until 2023. It was brought to our attention and to my attention that the fight is not going to happen. Well, how could you have not known until 2 hours before that fight was announced, their knees fight, that Errol Spence and Terence Crawford wasn't going to happen? You had to have known the whole time, which means that 2 weeks before, when you said that Terence Crawford had agreed, you already knew that he didn't agree, that the fight wasn't going to happen, and that there was a shot that you, BLK Prime and Blue Blood Sports TV, could catch that big fish that is Terence Crawford. We all know that Terence Crawford and Errol Spence are the 2 biggest names in welterweight boxing. You know, for a startup company, what could be the best thing to happen to you? Well, having one or both of the biggest superstars within the sport to come and put on an event for your company would be the biggest thing that could happen to you. And $10 million for a startup company is not a big investment. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that down in the comment section below. Hit that like button for me. Share. Subscribe. Holler at me on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You're more than likely to get a response on the tube, so holler at me over there if you want a response. It's your boy, and we are...
It's your boy Keys, neighborhood employee. Niggas knew that I was coming with fire. Y'all went up to my pie and up under a car. Your head under a tie, it's the S and the I. Player, we supposed to win. I'm in the booth focusing with coke in hand. Dude hate it when you see the chief running in. Ass mouth hurting like his wisdom teeth coming in. Now that's a roundhouse kick. Come round your house, letting rounds out quick. From Newburgh to downtown, it's that Midwest to down south shit. You ain't fucking with. chillin', saying tryna put the veal on the mouth. What's good? Shit, nothing. Saying tryna show his niggas how to ride.